What up, party people? 1, 2, 1, 2. That sounds a little trippy. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Who we got in the room today? All right, my man Bananas, what's the deal? Mere Dep, Die Gray Sky, my man Gorilla Strong, happy Friday to you. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Here we are, Friday Vibes, with yours truly, qunique. Q from several different music projects. Hope everybody's doing well. What's going on, party people? You know, I was thinking about what I wanted to... What's up, Mad Villain? What's the deal? What's the deal? Yes. Stutters, I hope you got some sort of beats under me. Oh, man. So, you know, this started, the Fridays, Master Kush. I haven't puffed yet today, so I'll get into that in a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm guessing none of these is that. Okay, so let me get over here. There we go. Need a little volume in the in-ears. I got these custom joints. They have the letter Q in them. Pretty cool. Anyway, this show, Friday Vibes with Q, actually has an interesting story because it started as Fridays in the car with Q because I used to go with my son while he was training at the Beat Junkies Academy. And I'd sit in my car and I would do live feeds on IG. And once I got into Live from the Lab with Q, everything shifted and changed. And now here we are doing Friday Vibes here on YouTube, which I have a lot of fun with. Machiavelli's in the house, I think. Yes, what's going on, Machiavelli? And what I used to do, one of the topics that I used to talk about a lot, and I want to carry it over to today, is just something that I like to talk to the people watching about. It's a bit of encouragement, bit of a motivation thing, and maybe a blueprint for some sort of discipline for any of you that want this, or that, you know, somebody in the room always needs to hear this kind of stuff. And I used to do this on Fridays in the car with Q, so I figured today, after the fascinating day that I had going to NAM, I wanted to say something. Now, I know that everyone has a passion, or at least I like... What up, Edwin? What's the deal, son? I know that everyone has a passion about something, or at least for those that are aware of their passions. Because sometimes we could have a passion, but we're not truly aware of what that is unless somebody points it out. Whether they say, hey, man, you're really good at that, or man, you should pursue that, or whatever have you. And what it made me think is some of the things that were told to me about my passion. I like to share it with all of you. Nitty McNuggets, what's the deal, son? What's the deal? Everybody's in the house tonight. Nice little Friday. Nice little Friday motivation. We're gonna start with some motivation. I'm not really focused on what your passion is. It doesn't have to be rapping or hip hop. It doesn't have to be singing. What I'm trying to get at is it could be any of these things. You could be an MC, you could be a beat maker, you could be a singer, you could be a guitar player, you could be a carpenter, a poet, a painter, an actor, a screenplay writer. It could be any of these things. You could be someone that wants to go to law school. That's your passion. You want to be an athlete. You want to be an executive somewhere. I'm not trying to isolate it to one specific passion. But what I would like to share is I think I started... That's what's up. Here, this is for you, Nitty. That's for you, Nitty McNuggets. That's for you, baby. Edwin. Yes, I'm going to answer that in a second. with you. Stay low. Oh, thank you, Nasty Ruckus. I appreciate that. Oh my God. Okay, what I wanted to say was, I had started telling you guys this story. Bubonic, what's the deal? My man Detroit throw. So here's the deal. I told this story briefly on one of the episodes, and I want to repeat it and just extend the story a little bit. I had a meeting with one of the top rock managers in the world. Like, this guy manages some of the greatest bands, some of the biggest bands. He's wealthy. The bands are wealthy. Everybody does well with this person. And he gave me some time, in a sense of, he gave me some sit down time, some wisdom time, some building time. And one of the things that stood out was when he had said, Q, with your passion, just bear in mind, keep in mind that it is a lonely road most of the time. And when I say this, what's up, Yeesh? What's the deal? What's the deal? I'm gonna answer that. In a second. Now, when I say it's a lonely road, it's not to discourage. It's for you to prepare yourself. It's for you to walk forward with your passion, understanding that no one's gonna just knock on your door and come to rescue and give you $1 million budget for whatever you're doing, or put you through school, or make things easier, or whatever have you. That doesn't happen. And if you're prepared for that, and you understand that the majority of the time spent on your passion is going to be alone, and you prepare yourself mentally and you build your strength, then that's part of the battle with this journey, is awareness of the room, awareness of yourself, awareness of what it takes. And I just think that when you're prepared, and you can never be fully prepared, but when you're significantly prepared, the journey just becomes so much better. And trust me, like, I feel somewhat prepared for what I do, and I've been doing it for quite some time, but I'm never fully prepared, number one. And number two, because I understand that it's a lonely road, because I understand that this is my passion, because I understand that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and not everyone is gonna be a fan of what I do, it just makes the journey that much more, or it gives me strength through the journey. And I wanted to give these gems to any of you that need this, moving forward with your own passion, is to build that inner strength, to get your core strength spiritually, and whatever have you, that help you move forward for this. So that as you move forward and you build that strength, you're strong enough, and you get so strong that by the time you hit that goal, you're just strong, period. And it's very important. And I wanted to share that today, man. It's one of those things where thank you, Nitty McNuggets. And that's the thing. That's the other thing, is looking for the perks, looking for the incentives, looking for the spotlight, looking for the attention. It's like, I think that when you have a passion, those things might be a part of it, a very small fraction, but the passion should always be the actual act of, like, for me, my passion is music. I love being quiet in front of the mixing board or whatever, just thinking of rhymes, or thinking of something to sing, or playing with the guitar for hours, or whatever amount of time I play for. And when I'm in that frame of mind, I'm not thinking of any perks at all. I'm not thinking of any outcomes. I'm not anticipating anything. I'm just enjoying my passion. And when I do that, when I do my vocal warm-ups, when I'm writing a rhyme, when I'm playing guitar, when I'm putting a song or coming up with an idea, that's building my passion and giving my passion strength. And in that frame of mind, I'm not thinking about, like like homie said, Nitty McNuggets. I'm not thinking about chasing tail or fucking money or a brand new car or surrounded by women, any of that. I'm not thinking of any of that. I'm just thinking about how much I love what I do. And it's that genuine and it's that organic. And you got to be mindful of that. That's where true passion shows itself. All of the perks and finish lines and anticipation and the imaginary gold plaques and all of that stuff, imaginary YouTube awards and millions of likes and views. Don't worry about none of that shit. Don't worry about it. That's not the passion. Those are end results. That has nothing to do with passion. And for each individual, it's different, the end results on top of that, And I just wanted to share that with y'all. I think it's important because as a community, as this community that we're building together, the one thing that you got to know about me is that I love to see people win, genuinely. I really do, man. I'll DM certain people that I don't even know as I watch them succeeding or doing something special. And I let them know, whether it's through a DM or in the comments section, hey man, that's amazing. And it's just the way I am because I truly love to see people win. I feel like society is kind of sick in a way because a lot of people will watch somebody successful and for some reason form some sort of envious hate unnecessarily for a stranger that they don't know. I never understood it. Your old Droog was on Jimmy Fallon last night with Mad Lib, or the night before. And that was mind-blowing to me. Like, I was like, wow, man, like he's a spitter, like he got bars, whether you like him or not. And I go in the comments section and there's people already throwing like shit at him. And it's like, yo, man, like that's a sickness. It doesn't matter about him. It's like he did something special. He comes from the underground realm. They both do. And there they are doing something really special. And so I'm the person that champions that. If I see you winning, I'm gonna be like, yo, awesome, high five and all of that. And that's why I used to like doing these things on Fridays in the car with Q. And I wanted to share that today. Let me get to these comments. Thank you, Edwin, I appreciate that. Your old Droog, okay. Thank you. Shine. Yes. I'm getting to it. Thank you all, man. Like I'm digging everybody's comments and building with me on this, man. We all need fundamentals, whatever your passion. Yes. Nitty McNuggets gets it. You all get it. What's on my shirt? This is the qunique Bronx Brooklyn shirt, but just the Brooklyn verse. All the lyrics form the Brooklyn Bridge. This yeesh. These are on qunique.com. Viper Records were responsible for getting these out for me. We took a few of my songs and we did this series called Designer Rhymes, and this is one of the shirts. This is the Brooklyn verse from Brooklyn, Bronx, Brooklyn, which is a song off of the Between Heaven and Hell album. So there you have it. That's what this show is about, man. What up, Jay Freedom? What's the deal, son? Welcome. So we're just building like that, man. I just wanted to give y'all some, I don't know if it's encouraging words, motivation, or just gems, but everybody or most people know what their passion is, and the other thing is that I've coming up in this business, I've met a lot of people that had the same passion as I have. And at the first sign of failure, they quit. And some of these people I felt were better than me. And it was sad to watch because they didn't have that strength that I'm telling y'all about. They didn't have that understanding that it's a lonely road. They they didn't have that understanding that people will take shots at them. They didn't have that understanding that it's you first for your passion. And they didn't have that understanding that to not anticipate anything when involved with your passion. And a lot of people drop their passion, and it's sad. I don't celebrate that. I think that's sad. And so knowing that one of y'all or all of y'all have something that you love that you do, I just wanted to give you that gem, man. Just take it like a seed, plant it in that brain and let it grow and understand it. And then go out there and pursue other things that help you strengthen your passion and understand what it takes. You never know, man. That's my little encouragement for y'all that know what y'all want to do, but just need a little game, little gem, little mental protein so that you get stronger with your passion. You know what I mean? So that's the deal with that. Oh, thank you, Gorilla. That's a good one. Nitty. Oh, wait, hold up. At Anima OFC. I'm gonna answer you too. I'm gonna answer this Stillwell thing. I'm gonna answer. I got a few of them right here. Let me see. Okay, so Anima OFC. I know I'm not saying your name right, but let me answer your question. With Stillwell, what I can say is that right now it's just on let's just say it's on a hiatus. Let me give you that much information. I'm not uncomfortable talking about it. I just can't talk too much about it because there's two other people involved, and I don't want to get ahead of myself and say something without talking to the other guys, Fieldy and Wub. And so, and I don't like getting ahead of myself. As an artist, I've been guilty of it in the past, and a lot of artists are always guilty of saying too much before they check, the facts with the people that they're working with or just the overall calendar of things. And so I'm not really uncomfortable about it. I just think that right now, the best that I can tell you is that Stillwell is definitely on a little bit of a hiatus. We've been doing it for a long time, for consistent years. And for me, what I will say about my perspective of it is that Stillwell is a big foundation for me in a sense of me changing my direction or adding tools on my journey of music. To expand on that, Crazy Legs from the Rocksteady crew is the person that told me to go into the rock genre. I've told this story a few times. And then the other part of that story is that Fieldy from Korn is the person that encouraged me to evolve. He's the one that pushed me. He's the one that taught me along with Wub. And then it became all of Korn, and then it became POD, and then it became members of Seven Dust. And so it just kind of like spread. And then to take it even further, Ray Luzier, the drummer from Korn, and another drummer, Abel, who goes by the nickname Catfish, they were the ones responsible for telling me to go to a vocal coach, which pushed me and got me into the opera school with a coach in New York City for a couple of years. And so wherever Stillwell ends up in the future, for me, the importance of Stillwell was it not only provided this chapter, this amazing chapter for me and this very unique experience, but it also helped me to evolve so that when I've done King's Bounty, which is now Soul Gun, or Rodimus or my current band Mother Fuzz, I feel more equipped. I feel more in tune to what it is that what I'm doing. Because when we started Stillwell, it was very rough for me because I was amateur at best and didn't really understand the room that much. I knew what I loved, but knowing what you love and understanding the technique of things is two different things. And so, although it's on hiatus, it will always be very important to me personally because it helped me to evolve and do what I'm still doing currently with the band Mother Fuzz. So thank you for that question. That was an awesome question. Thank you. Thank you, Ace Apostle. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Edwin, Destroy is definitely underrated. I feel like when it comes to The Arsonist, maybe because the story is a little all over the place, but people tend to forget, aside from myself, Destroy, Freestyle, Jice, Kinetic, Swell, Crash, Ching, Spin One. Everybody was very skilled in the art of hip hop, especially MCing and with Spin One DJing. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, let me get over here. The Machiavelli. I knew Yak Balls from back in the day when he was just coming up. I never done any songs with him, but he was always cool. And as far as a story about, because Gorilla asked a story about listen to the words. So I had made that beat and showed it to Ill Bill. And at that time, what was dope about that time with me and Ill Bill, it actually started with the vibe, the chemistry had started with, because for those that don't know, Ill Bill was the executive producer to my first solo album, Vengeance Is Mine. It was his belief that got me here. So Ill Bill, like I said with Stillwell, Ill Bill is very important to my career. And the first time we did a little, like you would say, like prototype back and forth, was the song This Thing of Ours. When you go to the last verse, it's not like the way we do it now, but that was like the first step, and you could sense that the chemistry was there. And so when we did listen to the words, it became like, yo, 4, 4, 8, 8, like bar math, and let's have fun. And me and Bill was already in a good routine, and the chemistry was there. So we went over my beat. I had the hook singing and all of that, the sample. And then from there, me and Bill knew that we had to get it to Scott Stallone. So the beat jumped up a notch because especially now that I have this work relationship with Scott Stallone. For those that don't know, Scott Stallone works with Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Trick, Army of the Pharaohs. Plus his resume is mad extensive. He's an OG, he's a veteran. He's very good at what he does. And so I gave him permission to like add to the beat. So he ended up becoming a co-producer with me on that beat. And then for the video, me and Bill were already on tour, and we had made a stop in Vegas, and one of our homies got he had a connection with this hotel, on the Strip or whatever, and they gave us this big room. And so the video, when you see us sitting at the table or wherever, and I forgot some of the scenes, but that's in this massively big hotel room, and the camera crew came in, and the homie filmed it and all of that. And so that's pretty much the story on that. What I love about that is that the chemistry, that one, and then there's a few that I've done with Bill, and he's done with me with on the Mechanic album, where the chemistry, the back and forth routines were getting like really locked in. So I love working with Bill at that capacity. Is just amazing. We have a dope chemistry. Oh, Jay Freedom, that's a good one, man. That is a good one. Coke grills. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Eighth Apostle. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So the sessions for As the World Burns. Now, you got to remember, this is a while ago. Now, what people don't realize is that we started recording that album, I want to say 4 or 5 years before we got into the studio. I think that's one of the reasons why we had so many damn songs on that album. Plus, we had extras that you could listen to the album Lost in the Fire. Though there's a lot of extra songs that didn't make As the World Burns. If you ask me, As the World Burns could have been 2 or 3 albums by itself. Plus, if you take Lost in the Fire, that's a 4th. And then Date of Birth. Arsonist could have had 5 albums instead of 2, truthfully speaking, but it didn't work out that way. The sessions were, you know what? Honestly, overall, the sessions were just full of creativity. Like, there was no limit to where we were going with everything. It was pretty insane. Like, nobody was getting in nobody's way, and some of the story, we would be laughing so much. For instance, like at the ending of Pyromaniacs, and we're all like screaming and doing a British accent. And, yo, all that screaming and laughing is like real screaming and laughing. Like, we couldn't stop laughing constantly during the recording of this album because we were having such a good time. And the jokes, not that we were snapping on each other, but just, we might have been snapping on each other, but just overall, the vibe was just a lot of excitement and just like a lot of laughter. And some key stories that stand out, when Destroy does the song, when he does the poem that he did, what's the name of that track? Disturbed Words, there you go. When he recorded it, it's actually 20 minutes long, something like that. We had to edit it down to make it like whatever, 3-4 minutes, however long it was. And he freestyled that. Like, we had to shut off all the lights in the studio, and we left him in the mic booth, and he freestyled that whole poem. We were out in the control room dying laughing because, he was tripping, but it was hilarious. Another one, Lunchroom Takeout on the Arsonist album, the table, that's me. And at first I did it without any quantizing. And then eventually I ended up either looping a part of what I did on the table, or I might have just sampled me hitting it for a bass, a snare, and did the hi-hat, and just like put it in the drum machine. I don't remember if I looped it or if I chopped it, but it sounds like I looped it. And then Swell and Scott, I want to say Scott freestyled all of his punchlines, because at that time, Great Scott was battling, like he was going through New York City and jumping into a lot of battles. So he was kind of like in the groove of just coming off the head. Destroy was on acid. What's up, Ben? What's the deal? Beneficial. Acrobatic. I got love for Acrobatic, man. He's a cool dude, man. I dig Acrobatic. And I've done shows with him back in the day in Boston and all of that. Salute to Acrobatic. Shout out to Acrobatic. He's a good dude, man. Eighth Apostle. That's a dope idea, man. Because me and App love to talk. And then you bring in some chaos, like Copyright. I like his chaos, man. He's fun to me, man. Copyright is a lot of fun. But it'd be dope because App has a lot of hip hop knowledge and overall music. We're all music nerds. So it would work out beautifully. But I love the suit idea too. Like that's something to consider, man. You know who else is witty, but he doesn't really enjoy doing shit like this that much is Ill Bill. Like he's a funny fucking dude, man. Just being honest with you all about that, man. Um thank you, Gorilla. Yeah, I haven't been on app show. The last show I did was actually copyright show. I had a blast on there. Yeah, man. Oh my God, that'll be great, man. Trying to think of any more arsonist stories, man. There's so many, it's a bittersweet story because obviously it's no longer here, but I loved every minute of it. Obviously we've had some rough patches that every group, every band goes through that. There's no avoiding that. But when we were on, it was beautiful, man, and we had a lot of fun. Something is ringing. Hold on for a second. Let me see. There we go. None of y'all heard that humming? Oh man. Oh my God. I don't know Panda Chop. I don't know. I don't know, homie, man. I don't know, homie. Demigods and arsonists would have been dope as well. That's a good take right there, man. Um, Edwin, we were all hype when that arsonist album was about to drop. We were very hype. Um, we anticipated a lot. We got a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like the achievements that we pulled off were insane. But I think we saw it going way further than what people thought, and that's cool. We were younger and very hungry and very confident about what we were doing, and we had a crazy chemistry, and it's I think what really hurt us was lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. And that's why I started, not for this particular story, but that's why I said what I said about passions and understanding how to maneuver with a passion. Because if you don't, things end up disintegrating or dismantling or imploding. You have to kind of like be mentally prepared for these things. That's why certain things, when you look at them and how they lasted, some people like the Rolling Stones, obviously adjustments were made to keep that alive. There's certain things that have just existed, and you're like, how did they pull that off? Knowledge, knowing how to maneuver, understanding what you're dealing with. That's what keeps certain things moving and intact. And unfortunately for us, we didn't have it like that. We were young and we didn't really understand. We were just more looking at it from a skill perspective and the end. Like I said, like we were all talking about, my man Nitty, that end result shit. Looking at the end result. Oh, I want a car. I want a platinum plaque. It's like, nah, homie, that's that's the wrong fuel, man. It's not how this shit gets done. Oh man. Nitty. No, we weren't the only hip hop artists they signed. They signed us, nonfiction, Large Professor, Mr. Len, and Dizzy Rascal. And they were perfect for us. They were perfect for the arsonists. When I look at the history of the arsonists and what it is that we were, when I look at what they accomplished for us, there was no other label that was going to do that. And it's possible. Thank you, baby. And they tolerated our ignorance. A lot of labels don't know how to do that. They'll just let you disintegrate. I remember times when the president of the label was just trying so hard to get through our minds on how to make things better. So much love to him. His name is Chris. And he did the best with a bunch of just you know, young, overexcited Brooklyn street kids. He didn't, you know, he didn't come from that. So he had to learn how to communicate with us. And I think all of them did a great job. I love Matador Records, man. It's one of the things that, again, bittersweet. That's a label I probably would have stayed with for the rest of my life had I understood what I was looking at. Knowledge, man. You got to prepare. You can't just wing the passion. You have to understand the room. Whatever your passion is, understand the room, understand the rules, understand how people play it. Don't get it fucked up and ruin your shit. A lot of the shit that you guys see me doing, I'm kind of like, part of it is moving forward. The majority of it for me is moving forward. But there's a little fraction of you feel like you're catching up because I wasn't aware back then. So now I'm giving y'all the gem. Like, don't go at it that way. Know the room of your passion. Know the rules. Know how to play your passion. Know the players. And know how to play. Know that it's a lonely road and accept that. It's your passion. Nobody could do it better but you. Know that. Know that. Know that. Thank you, Eighth Apostle. I appreciate that. Later, Machiavelli. Have a good weekend. World of Lanco, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you answering that question. So yeah, man, the Matador thing was a beautiful thing, man, and it's one of those things that I wish I was still part of that family, man. I think that they now they got Queens of the Stone Age, they got car seat headrests, they even got the butthole servers, like the OG band. Like Matador is dope. Matador is a dope label, man. Gorilla! Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot. If you want to support, obviously, you got the super chats and the super stickers. And if you feel real froggy, just hit up qunique.com, q-unique.com. Hit the shop up. Got all types of dope merch, and I appreciate your support. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you ahead of time. I appreciate that. Thank you. Jay Freedom. My top. Yo, Studders, you know what? I can't find my reactions for some reason. Oh, I have to hit over here, right? I got it. Now I know where it is. It's where there. I got to go to this. Wait, right here. Boom. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Studders. Jay Freedom, you know what's dope about your question is that I change the answers so many times. Every time somebody asks me that question, I kind of like juggle the names. I can't put it in number order, and I probably won't stop at 5. But my Mount Rushmore off the bat, KRS, Kane, Rakim, G-Rap. Right? That's the Mount Rushmore for me. Then DJs, that's a dope one because I'm going to go with Rhetmatic, Presto 1. Ooh. Rock Raider, Rob Swift. Man. And above all of them, because this man has changed my life directly and indirectly. DJ Red Alert. Hands down, DJ Red Alert. Now, as far as other MCs that inspire me, it goes into sections. So I gave you the Mount Rushmore. Then it gets into Wu-Tang, Smith & Wesson, Nas, Jay, Arsonist members, Griselda, Bill, Vinny, Gore, Sabak, Necro, Esoteric, Copyright, Apathy, Self-Titled, RA. That's that right. Yeah, you know, it's like it, it I'm at a freeze because it's like I'm making sure. You know what I mean? I'm making sure. But then again, next week it's gonna change because I'm gonna come across something and be like, ah, right, that guy or that girl. Yo, you know what? I gotta say this because even I forget. And I have to say, oh, the clips, definitely. And this one might surprise some of you. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, to me, is extremely important to what I'm saying because Lauryn Hill approached hip hop differently from a lot of, and I hate to do the gender thing when it comes to this, but she approached it way different from a lot, damn near most female MCs would. She didn't have to show us anything. She didn't have to twerk. And her skill level was off the charts. And when people leave her off the list, it's kind of like, yo, you sure about that? I don't care if you don't like the hit singles or whatever, but there's no denying Lauryn Hill's talent, man. Whether you like it or not, whether it's your cup of tea or not, that's not what I'm saying. There's no denying. Some MCs that I could admire, they might not be my cup of tea. You know what I mean? But I could be like, yeah, they can spit. That's not confusing to me. So Lauryn Hill, man. Lauryn Hill for reals, man. Joe Sykes, what's the deal? Gorilla Strong, you know, I might agree with you, but I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, you tell me. This is just an opinion. I never think that my word is the word of God. But I feel like when it comes to Lauryn Hill, those first two Fuji albums plus her album is her body of work. Because let's be real, she shines on the Fuji's albums, both of them, the first and the second one. And then her solo album is just like insane. So that's why I'm like, I can understand what you mean by solo effort, but if I had to look at just her work, she has two Fuji albums. One of them did astronomically well, the score. And then she has her own album, which also did astronomically well. And so that's how I look at her body of work. You know? And I could be wrong, but that's my perspective on her. So let me know. You know? Divine Sea Lover went up. Joe Sykes, for real. So that Lauryn Hill to me is just, you know, I personally tend to leave her off as well. I tend to forget, but every time she comes up on my feed, I'm like, she's in the top class. She brought a level of talent that a lot of MCs just don't have. She's top tier. And I don't want to forget that. And I myself have been guilty of forgetting it. So Lauryn Hill is definitely in my top as well. What do we got? What do we got? Joe Sykes, yes. Erica Badu is good at what she does, but for me, I like when it comes, and some of you could correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to Erica Badu or Missy Elliott, that's to me, I don't get hip hop from that. I get hybrid. Like it's more of a broad stroke that might use bits of hip hop. So that's why I never like when people say Missy Elliott hip hop. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't see that. I see her as she uses she uses hip hop, and I'm not saying that she's bad at it, but I don't see her as an MC. I see her as just an artist, like something totally different, a hybrid artist. And the same for Erica Badu. You know, they have the hip hop feel, but that's my opinion. That's how I see it. You have every right to view it from your perspective. But and if you think I'm wrong, just let me know. But that's how I see it. Pace one, yes. Oh 07, is my mic turned down or covered? Does it sound muffled? Let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, does my mic sound low? Let me see. 1 2 1 2. How's that? I just brought up the fader a little bit. 1 2. Does that sound better, y'all? Let me know. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't I was kind of like messing with my headphones, so it's like I don't know. But thank you for that, oh 07. I appreciate you. Welcome, oh 07. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Ah, it sounds nice in the headphones too, man. So next week, just to give y'all a little premise, for the past 2 days and probably tomorrow, I've been at the NAM, which is a big music convention. It's more based on gear, from instruments to software to anything that has to do with music. Ran into a lot of friends, and we filmed content for this, and I'll be sharing my little adventures through the NAM on Live from the Lab next Wednesday. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. My screen is phone style. Uh, I'm sorry, oh 07. I'll bring it down a pinch. How about this? Let me bring it down just a pinch. There's a pinch right there. And I'll try to refrain from yelling. I'll do my best, unless you guys get me hype. But we'll get it there. We'll get it there. Yes, yes. Joe. So the way it does right now is that the live feeds, because I'm not on a phone, so some of the live feed goes vertical for those that are watching on the vertical tip, and there's also the horizontal regular screen. And I'm not using a phone to film with the camera. I'm using a different kind of camera. So, oh, there we go. Let me oh 07 on the assist, ladies and gentlemen. Wait. I gotta give some. Yo, oh 07, this is for you. I'm thanking you right now. Thank you, oh 07. It didn't. Thank you, oh 07. It went, right? All right, so I don't have to do enter the stage, I guess. It should be good now, 07. I'm kind of like pretty high up in the mix, but I'll keep on bringing it up. Let me know. Let me know. Let me bring down my headphones though, man. I'm 1 2 1 2. There we go. That's nice. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, man, the NAM has been dope. I saw a lot of old friends. Yo, I saw Jazzy Jeff with a band, and it was dope. You'll be able to see some of that. I caught some of that. It's not. He wasn't playing any instrument. He was like, I think he was using like a drum machine or some sort of software. But it was really cool. It was a dope vibe. There's other people that I ran into. It was really, really dope. But I'll share most of that on Wednesday's episode. So make sure you tune in for that. Um, Handle D's, what's the deal, son? Edwin, you out. Peace, Edwin. Have a beautiful weekend. Definitely, definitely. So, tell me, y'all, whose album are you looking forward to that's coming out soon? I'm curious because I want to start putting together my shopping list. How do I choose my beats? Thank you, O7. I appreciate that. Definitely gonna look into that. Might be where my mic is sitting. These days it's a little different for me. Excuse me. From the moment that I did the Pound for Pound album, it became a different process for me. So the Pound for Pound album I did all the beats on that, and Fieldy from Korn played bass on everything. So it was more thought out. It wasn't me just asking for beats is what I'm getting at. And then after that, I did the Royal Blood album. And again, because I saw Jake Palumbo's work and how he gets down, I asked him, I got at him to work with me, and thankfully he agreed to work. And then after that, I worked with Zach Baird on all the singles that you hear from, Let's Go Vámonos Andiamo, It's Not Over, Remember Me, and Put It in the Air. That's all Zach's work. And what it does is it creates this cohesiveness. So each chapter that I'm talking about has a sound, has a signature. And now we're gonna be getting into the qunique Rhetmatic album, and now we're going with Rhet's sound, and along with my rhymes and stuff like that. So each chapter is gonna give a different perspective and a different sound when it comes to what I do, and that's how I'm approaching it these days. A little more well thought out, man. Thank you, Joe Sykes. I appreciate that. And if I had posted this on Instagram, I don't know if any of you caught wind, but Rhetmatic leaked the first single from the new album on the Sway in the Morning show. And there's a Mixcloud link if you want to go and hear it. The name of the song is called Cypher Up. That will actually be the first single off the album. I'm just waiting for some artwork to get done, and then voila, the first single, I'll have a date and all of that, and then the songs will start the rollout. So if I don't know if Rhetmatic still has the link, maybe in his bio or whatever, I gotta check with him, but if there's a link, I'll post it again, and you'll get to hear a clip of the new single. You hear me over a Rhetmatic beat. Now remember, he's different. Like I'm usually I've rapped on a certain style of beat. No, actually, no, that's bullshit. I rap on many different styles of beats, but Rhett definitely brought something very different to the table, the way he makes beats. So I don't want to ruin the surprise, because once it comes out, then we'll start to talk about the process of doing this album. It was a fascinating process. And so I'll be sharing that once I got the date and we know what's gonna happen, then we'll start seriously talking about each song, because that's how it's gonna be. So prepare for that, man. 07, yes. And Method Man there's an interview about Method Man talking about how he feels better about himself now because he's more in tune to what's going on. He's more thoughtful of what he's doing. And you know what? To be honest with you, and I'm not trying to compare nor throw myself, but that's what happened with me starting from the Pound for Pound album. I started to really pay attention. Well, honestly, it started with my support system, my family, my homie Fieldy, all of them kind of like snapping me into place and making me realize that what I do is something that they consider special, and that basically I needed to readjust and refocus. And so from the Pound for Pound album all the way till now, the way I'm approaching this is different from when I approached other albums in the past. That doesn't dismiss any of my past albums, because I love my past albums, but I definitely have a different frame of mind for what I'm doing, like with Red and other projects that will follow. So that is the deal with that. Joe Sykes, I never heard of him, man. Yo, Ben, do you like the new Rock Marciano? I'm curious if you heard it, if you gave it a listen. I'm curious to know what you think. I definitely have to go and listen. What's crazy is for some reason the Butthole Surfers, for those that don't know, that's a band from the mid 80s and into the probably still cranking out some shit today, no pun intended. For some reason, I've been listening to them for the past 2 days, just rediscovering their music, and totally forgot how good they were, despite the name of the band. And man, you know, so that's where I've been. That's been on my playlist along with Griselda. Griselda is a weird combo for me right now, man. Oh man. The 07, no, I don't remember that. You know what I do remember being in out there was, first of all, if you remember the tour, which you probably do, I went out there with Lord Finesse and Rock Raider. And geez, you know what I mean? Like, I went out there with two legends of the game. And to be able to chill with Rock Raider, we were watching The Wire, smoking weed, and to be able to get wisdom from Lord Finesse, and then we would all rock the show together. It was that part of the story. And DJ Eclipse was with us as well. That part of the story is just still surreal to me. I got a massive poster from the tour that I haven't framed yet. It's huge because the promoter was like sniping up outside, and he gave me one of them. And you know, it's surreal because Rock Raider's no longer with us. And so to know that I had this moment where we went out on tour and we rocked shows together was just, you know, it was dope, man. It was dope. Rest in peace, Rock Raider. He's greatly missed, man. Jeez. I did not know that, Gorilla Strong. Thank you for pointing that out. I did not know that. I do not know the Dead Milkman. I have to check that out. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. I did, Joe, I did play CBGBs. I played it twice. But out of the 2 times, I gotta say the one that stands out as the show was me, Ill Bill, Vinny Paz, Slain, I think Sabak. I don't remember fully, but I think Gore was there. I don't remember. But that show was insane. It was like a New York hardcore show, but it was all hip hop that night. And it was insane. And I gotta tell you, man, that's one of those stripes on my sleeve that I'm proud of, that I got to rock CBGBs a couple of times, but that show in particular was just pure insanity, man. So when you watch the intro on Live from the Lab, there's a visual intro that happens before the show, and there's a part where I got my arm over Crazy Legs' shoulder and I'm rapping. That's at CBGBs. That's that night at CBGBs. That night was insane. It was insane. What a show. And it was all of us, like me, Bill, Vinny, Slain. You know what I mean? Like, Sabat, Gore, whoever else showed up. Like it was us, our circle, our family, you know? So it's like, you think of it that way. It's like, that's crazy, man. What a perfect storm that was, man. Lord Isaac, that's the dude right there, homie. Oh, Joe, that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's right. Korn performed there too. That's crazy. That's wild, 07. I forgot about that, man. That's great. That is dope. Oh man, that trip was dope, man. I haven't been to Australia in a long time, man. But every time I go out there, there's certain places that you go to and you just got a good vibe. And Australia is just one of those places, man. The vibe is so good out there, man. And I've made some cool friends out there from the Lyrical Commission and Trim and the B-Boy Gmo who was responsible for bringing me, Lord Finesse and Rock Raider out to Australia. So many other people that I can't remember. It's been so long, but man, much love to Australia, man, for showing so much love. My God, what a beautiful place. Bill Shapiro, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at what point that was for Rock Raider. I just know that that's a good question because obviously it was just Rock Raider, it wasn't the Executioners. And the thing is, there's no one that I could really ask. Nobody's gonna really, I don't know if anybody would really know at this point. But it's a cherished memory at this point for me. We have that. Me and Rock, I worked at Fat Beats. He would come through. I've known him for a long time, man, since the early 90s. And, to at least know that we did a tour together in such a beautiful place like Australia, man, it's like, that's a dope chapter, man. Really cool. Really cool. Oh, 07, I did not know that. Higgsy from Australia. What's that other band from Australia that for some reason I thought what's that band? Hey, yo, Stutters, what's that band that I told you that I liked that I played today? Straight metal. Oh, I thought Parkway Drive was from Australia for some reason. Somebody correct me on that. I thought they was from Australia, but I think I'm wrong on that. Somebody's got to Google that for me. Where's Parkway Drive from, damn it? Well, 07, if they book me for Australia, I want to go. So I don't know. I don't know who's booking out there. Thank you, 07. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Where's Parkway Drive from? They are? Parkway Drive is from Australia. They are? Oh, snap. So I was right. So Parkway Drive is one of my favorite metal bands. And so that just makes Australia that much more appealing to me. Thank you, 07. I love Parkway Drive. Do I have any PG-13 stories? When it comes to Danny, what's dope about Danny is like, I don't have any stories that I would tell on here, but what I can say about Danny, what I find fascinating about Danny is one of them dudes that he comes in the room. When he comes in the room, he's smiling and he's laughing. He comes in the room with joy. He does. He's a persona. You know what I mean? Like he has that good energy. No matter how rugged he is, he has good energy. And what I find amusing are the people that test him. I never understand. It's so hard to understand why there's always somebody trying to test him. I don't get it. It's not even because I know he could scrap. It's not even because I know he's a Don or he's an OG. It's just because he's got good energy. So you always kind of like, what the fuck, yo? Like, leave him alone. Like, I don't get it, man. So shout out to Danny, man. I got a lot of love for Danny, and Danny's one of them dudes that he and I have something in common. We both lost our brothers. And when I lost my brother, he approached me and gave me love and like checked in with me. Not a lot of people do that when you lose someone, especially like that was my younger brother. He was only 2 years younger than me. So it's like, and Danny knows what that feels like because he lost his young, I believe that was his younger brother as well. And so there's a deeper connection there than just goofing off. But much love to Danny, man, for reals. Oh, Joe, man, that's crazy. I know. I went out with a Suicide Silence and Korn some time ago, and I got to make friends with them. And Eddie, and his vocal talents, and the rest of the band is just. I love Suicide Silence, and they're chill dudes, man. You would never know it by the music, but unless they do live feeds, I'm not sure what they do, but like backstage, they were chill, man. They were playing there, like just riffing on their guitars and being cool vibe, a lot of weed. Suicide Silence is dope, man. I love them brothers, man. Oh, man. Blood Duster, okay. Thank you for that, Ben. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Midnight Oil is OG. That's how can we dance when the night is hurting? How can we sleep while the beds are burning? That's the shit, man. Out where the river flows. That's such a dope song. See, now I'm gonna have to play that after we. I love that song, man. Oh my God, that's a. One, two. I got it. Well. Oh, man. I don't know what just happened. Heads are gonna roll. Technical difficulties actually make me smile, y'all. It's chaos, and for some reason, sometimes I'm human, I'll react, but most of the times, like with shit like this, I just laugh. I make everybody else in the room nervous. Who's Tito? Bill Shapiro. Don't do no late night snacking, son. Anyway, getting back. No, I'm eating grapes. I'm eating grapes. This is my last. I gotta stop. Somebody in the staff gave me grapes after the hour. Heads are gonna roll. Bill, I'm sorry if you're going through a rough patch with I don't really joke about like subjects like that because obviously we all know people that have suffered with things like that. So, I pray for strength for you. Seriously. You got the sour gummies. I take the nighttime gummies. That's what I do. I take nighttime gummies because I have an overactive brain. I'll start thinking of songs while I'm just laying in bed and it just won't shut off. So at some point I got to shut the shit down. I got to shut off that mental computer or else I'll write a whole album by the time I wake up and I won't get any sleep. So it's like I got to shut it down. It's like a weird feedback going on. Do y'all hear that? 1, 2. I don't know what's going on. You just smoking to your comb. Yo, Gorilla, you crazy. Wait, man. I gotta start using these, man. Yo, Gorilla. I don't know if this applies. I'm not trying to insult you, but I've been wanting to use this for a while. So you said you smoked here in a coma. What? What the fuck? I gotta get a better response, but that's the response that I got for now. Oh my God, yeah. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Tito Ortiz. Yo, Joe, I met Tito Ortiz at a party. So one of the people from here, from Orange County, well, I'm not in Orange County, but one of the people from Orange County tattoos me, Franco Vescovi. And he had a party and he knows a lot of like UFC fighters and, he's a Don, Franco, his company does well, Bishop Rotary. And Tito Ortiz was there. And Chito Vera. I met Chito Vera there, and I met Tito Ortiz. And what was crazy was, for those UFC heads, Chito Vera actually approached me and said, yo, your song Listening Problem is dope, which my head almost exploded. It was surreal to hear a UFC fighter say some shit like that. I wasn't prepared, and I was just geeking, because, I love the UFC, I love MMA, I'm a lifelong martial artist. So shit like that just blew my mind. Whenever it's somebody from a different swimming pool, it's always trippy because you never know who's listening. That's another thing about our passions. When you don't pay attention to the outcome and then you come across somebody that sees your work, no matter what it is that you do, and they give you props, it becomes surreal and it's dope. It's really fascinating, man. So that was dope, man. For reals. Yeah, 07, Cheeto's a cool guy, man. He's real cool, down to earth, And when it comes to athletes, I always revere them because I think that's just a different kind of discipline. And the window is small. You can't be a UFC fighter as long as you could be a musician. Like, for instance, Dave Mustaine. He's got to be 60, and he still can. He just dropped an album, a metal album, And so fighters, they have an expiration date. Ball players have an expiration date. And so that small window plus that high level of discipline is something that I truly admire, man, for real. 07, my favorite fighters to watch. Okay. Nate Diaz, GSP, this is my memory sometimes, yo, is so annoying because I'm trying to think of homie. One of my favorite fighters, the Brazilian fighter. He was champ for 10 years. Conor McGregor knocked him out in the first round in a matter of seconds, which I thought was a fluke. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Alex Pereira. Of course the spider. Of course the spider. But the other Brazilian legend, you know, little dude got the scar right here, the way he does his thing. Shit, I don't know why that happens to me sometimes. I gotta lower the dosage, y'all. Y'all, any of y'all having this? Oh my, yes, Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is the top for me, and now, I say this with all respect. I think that what happened with him and Conor wasn't something that I can gauge the greatness of that specific fight. I thought that was a fluke. And I felt that they should have run it back. They should have ran that one back. But for whatever reason, it never happened. I don't know. I feel like Jose, you know, it's a tough one, man. Jose is a beast of a fighter. Conor McGregor's dope. He's dope. He was dope. Jose was holding it down for like 10 years. You know, it's kind of tough, man. I don't know. I have a weird perspective on that specific fight. I know Conor definitely handled himself, and I'm not taking anything away from him, nor will I ever discredit him. He's a fighter. But that one specific chapter to me is just an odd chapter, the way it started and the way it ended. You know, but Jose Aldo is always top. Amanda Nunes, to me, is a beast. I know a lot of people have a hard time with female fighters. I don't. I think Amanda Nunes, oh my goodness, man. What a fighter, man. Jeez. I opened up for Nuclear Assault. I love Biohazard. I love Anthrax. I opened up for Nuclear Assault with my band King's Bounty some time ago. I don't know if there's a New York band that I don't like. I don't know if that's bias. I don't know if it's because I understand what goes into the sound and the intention when it comes to a New York band. You know, we have a certain chemistry, and whatever's in our water, whatever's in our air, it comes out in the music. Just like any other place, Seattle had the grunge scene, and whatever was in the water, whatever was in the air during that time, LA had the hair metal scene, and so on and so forth. So it's like, you know, everybody has their vibe, and so New York has a specific vibe. You know what I mean? Madball, those are the homies. Freddie Madball, Hoya, you know, that's the homie right there. Those are, that goes beyond the band. Those are friends. And so, but I love Madball. I love Sick of It All. Sick of It All's probably my favorite hardcore band. I think I could listen to everything that they do. Sick of It All is like my favorite. Obviously I love Cro-Mags, Agnostic Front, Madball, Terror, you know, Crown of Thorns, Scarhead. I love it all. Sick of It All is. I love it all. It doesn't even matter what order I put it in. I love it all. I love the Tribe, Murphy's Law. I love the whole tribe. I love the vibe of New York hardcore. And that's that. Thank you, 07. I appreciate that. I'll definitely get that over to them, man. Frankie Bones, son. Bouncing Souls? I don't know. Hey, yo, staff, where's the band The Bouncing Souls from? Somebody look that up for me. I don't remember where they're from. Lords of Brooklyn, that's the homies. Bouncing Souls? I don't know. I don't remember where the Bouncing Souls are. New Jersey. They're from New Jersey. Respect to the Bouncing Souls. What are we doing here? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got you. Stutters is like, here's your Google. Oh my God, yeah. Thank you, Unicorn. I appreciate that. Jason is the homie too, man. Special teams, yes, yes. Agnostic Front is the truth. Sonic Groove. Del Shapiro coming through with the names, son. Glassjaw. Also a New York band. Man, there's so many, you know, when you go down the rap, you ever notice, some of you that like listen to music, whenever you get past the top 10, the big bands, the household names, and then you start to dive into these, whether it's bands or rappers or other musicians that don't necessarily have that spotlight, that don't necessarily have the platform to be as big as some of these other bands. But you start to notice that when you make your own decision in listening to these other bands, these other rappers, like for me, sometimes I'll hear something and I'm gonna be like, I don't understand how this band isn't as big as the band that is as big as it is. Even though, you know, obviously I have to backpedal because I do understand, but just on the account of listening to good music. Never mind if somebody has a staff behind their music and they have the budget and they have the money to grease the wheel and all of that versus a band that doesn't. I understand that part of it. Obviously, I've been in the game long enough to know. But just based on skill and music, that's where like you're like kind of making those in your own head arguments. Well, this band does this, if better, good, just as good, if not better than the more popular. It's so weird how music could be sometimes. Would you ever do an orchestra release? Hell yeah, Gorilla. Hell yeah. There will be blood. Thank you, Joe Sykes. Hell yeah, I would do an orchestra. Yo, there's so much stuff, you know, and the thing is, I'm gonna see if I could put this into words. There's a lot that I want to do with my music. Gorilla, you mentioned orchestra. Of course. This is where the support comes in because it's like, it helps and it helps build the foundation in order for me to pull these things off. I'm not taking support and buying sneakers and chains. That's not my angle. I'm building this for this community that we're building together, that we're coming together every Wednesday and every Friday and building a friendship and in a community, a virtual friendship. I get it, but nonetheless, we're getting used to each other. We're talking to each other. We're building with each other. And yes, I do. I have these things laid out, whether it's on paper or in my mind, things that I want to do in order to present my music in different ways. You got to remember, and I told this story, I once did an off-Broadway play with the Rocksteady crew. So I have that experience, and these are things that I just want to reapproach and revisit. But I have to do it, like I said, with my own hands. And you guys, and now we're on this journey with me. So every time you guys send me support, put that in the savings and wait till the opportunity comes and then make that presentation. Yo, this is us coming together. This is what we did. Look at this. Look what we're about to do. We're about to do a show like this. So, you know, yes, Gorilla, there's so many different ways that I want to present my music. And it's going to happen. And I thank you for that question, man. That was dope, man. Thank you. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Matter of fact, Divine, you get one of these. Yeah! Thank you. Tommy Lee style. You never know, man. And that's what I mean, Gorilla. That comment that you just made about autobiographical, theatrical, that's what I mean. Like, I have these thoughts. I have these things mapped out. It's just going to take some work. It's going to take support. It's going to take building what it is that I do. These things you know, it's a business. It's a business. And that's all. I don't want to harp on it too much. It's not in any, you know, talking to y'all about building something like this is not as exciting as just talking to y'all right now. So, but thank you for that, Gorilla. You get my point, man. You get my point. So thank you. Thank you, Unicorn. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Now you get one of these. You get it. Oh, man, I finished the coffee, son. Oh, my God, yo. Y'all have been amazing. Y'all have been amazing. Yo, you know, when we made the switch, so live from the lab, it does what it does, and I'm enjoying that. And I want to keep on doing that. But the Friday vibe, I was kind of skeptical to see how this was going to be because I was already doing Fridays in the Car with Q, was on a different platform. But y'all make this shit so special. So thank you so very much for this, man. For real, man. Like, I really do appreciate it, man. It's I left NAM early to be here because I knew I wanted to talk with y'all and catch up and keep on doing this. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. For reals. That's amazing, man. Sean Love, I'm not really familiar. I'm not familiar with his work. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I will give my homie Gorilla props because he introduced me to the Coyote, and that shit is dope, man. That's some dope shit. Definitely, if y'all haven't checked that out, I think they're from the Cypress Hill or the Soul Assassin family, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, by the way, on a more serious note, I want to just gather the community here. And let's just send some like positive vibes, prayers to Sick Jack and his brother Duke. For those that know about Psycho Realm, Duke, he's in the hospital. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any details, but I know that he was on Instagram asking for people to pray, and so here I am, echoing what he said. Jackin and Duke have been friends of mine. More obviously, I got to hang out with Jack and obviously way more, but Duke has come to my show and you know, he's been awesome and I'm not sure what they're dealing with, but prayers for Duke and Sick Jack and I hope everything turns out okay. So just keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind, for real. Thank you, 07. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for that. Thank you. Thank you for all the prayers, for real. Thank you. So tomorrow I go back to the NAM show. Gonna get a little more footage, and then I'm gonna have a nice story to tell y'all next weekend. Excuse me. I'm gonna have some dope footage and just some insight to what happens at NAM. It was exciting to be there, man. We go every year and it's always fun. But this time I knew that because I'm doing live from the lab that we were gonna gather a lot of information, a lot of content so that I could share with all of y'all, because not everybody's just gonna hop on a plane to go to a music instrument type of a convention. So here I am, I'm gonna bring it to y'all straight to your computers and your phones, and you get to see some of the incredible things that are happening in the world of music, instruments and gear and software and all of that good stuff, and some of the people that were there, and it was just a lot of fun, man, and I want to share with y'all, and so make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday to Live from the Lab, and hopefully I should have the first date for the qunique, the first single for qunique and Rhapmatic album, which will be called Cypher Up. I hope to have the first date, or at least an idea of where we're at, pending the artwork, which is supposed to, I'm have a meeting with the artist again tomorrow. He's very meticulous. His name is Crash. He actually did the Marvel's team up artwork for me and the Between Heaven and Hell artwork for me. And he might have did one or two other things, but those are the two. His Marvel team up artwork was fucking amazing. So, '07, you know, I'm looking into that. I'm looking into that for this, you know, because it's me and Rep Matic, man. So definitely gonna have to like think of. It might be some tapes, cassette tapes. So I don't know if any of y'all into cassettes, but I might press like a limit. If it's pressed, it's obvious everything's gonna be limited. So stay tuned for all of that information. Once dates start getting locked in, and then I could be like, then me and Rhett can assess the situation. We've already talked about vinyl, and I want to add cassettes to that as well. So stay tuned for all of that information. Damn, that's dope. 8 tracks, no. Cassette tapes, man. '07, yes, that's what I'll do. I'll do the first, we'll do like a sale here first. Not on Friday Vibes, we'll do it on Live from the Lab. Like I'll put the link up, give y'all carte blanche to buy first, to lock it in, and then I'll release it to the public. All right. And if you think that I forgot, remind me. Because there's a good chance that I'm gonna forget. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Thank you. Oh my God. So anyway, y'all, that's my story for this evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Friday Vibes with Q. You guys make Fridays fucking amazing. Remember, next Wednesday, please tune in. It's going to be a special edition. qunique Live from the Lab with giving you some, going to give you some behind the scenes on the NAMM show. So make sure you tune in for that. Might even have a little card reveal like I always have at the end of the show. But make sure you tune in to Live in the Lab next Wednesday, 6 p.m. on the West, 9 p.m. on the East, here on YouTube. And once again, thank you all for being here with me. Much love to y'all. Have a beautiful weekend. Stay safe. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Peace.